A couple of months ago, I just felt really sort of like detached from myself and just, wasn't feeling really great about where I was in life and how I felt about myself. I decided, I actually need to make a change and I need to do a little bit of like a little glow up type of thing. And, upon my research, I stumbled upon, the Become Recognizable in 90 days, and there's like 30 days, there's 90 days, and there's 6 months. But I know if I go for 6 months, eventually somewhere along the line, I probably won't be able to keep up with it because I get bored really quickly. And 30 days is just not enough. So I thought the sweet spot will definitely be a 90-day challenge. So I then decided I am going to take a lot of my, New Year's resolutions type of thing, and then put them and compile them in a way where I can approach them that will allow me to achieve these goals within the next 90 days. However, because I'm human and because I am unable to sort of strategize the best approach to this, I decided to get me a life coach. But because I'm unable to afford a life coach, I then have to use the next best thing, which is AI. I decided to take Claude AI and use it as my personal life coach in helping me basically create the best strategy and blueprint to approaching my goals for the next 90 days. Okay, so obviously before we can get into any form of self-development, we need to do a self-assessment. So that will basically hold us accountable throughout our entire growth journey, because we are able to notice when we are improving, when we're not improving. So a lot of this is very like mindset implemented. So these are like a few of my favorite journal prompts that I like to use when it comes to self-assessment, and also just being self-aware. Like the self-awareness thing is for more of like a daily journal practice. At the end of each day, you ask yourself these 3 questions in order to help you to figure out how the progress is going and basically where you're at within your entire improvement journey. So for obviously the growth project, I need to go through 4 phases. Phase 1 is my mental and spiritual growth, or glow up. Mental and spiritual glow up, which is unlearning any limiting beliefs that I have about myself and my abilities, and relearning new beliefs by reprogramming my subconscious mind. Just basically shifting my entire mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, just cultivating a lot more self-love. And the reason why I'm using mental as right at the bottom, because it acts as a foundation for this entire growth journey, because nothing else will sprout. It's sort of like the good soil. They're like nothing else will sprout from this if your foundation is not solid. And you don't forget a solid foundation, you need to have a good mental and mindset going into this entire 90-day growth journey. You can't really expect yourself to grow if you have not conditioned your mind to do so. So you need to work on making God the center of our entire self-improvement journey, and that will ensure that we grow and develop in all the right ways and towards the right path, ensuring that His will is aligned with our own. So by the time we end this, I have improved and grown into the person that God wants me to be. Next is phase 2, habits and routines. We are the product of our habits. One really great quote that I love is, first you create your habits and then your habits create you. And the funny thing is, your habits are created in 21 days, but within 90 days, your habits turn into a lifestyle. And I feel like that's where the sweet spot of this 90-day challenge is we are recreating our entire lifestyle through our daily habits. Because I am a uni student who's juggling both schoolwork, a part-time job, and basically just trying to keep myself alive, I heavily rely on the habits that I have every single day and my routines that I have every single day in order for me to ensure that I get done what needs to get done. But even then, it's like I don't get done everything, but mostly the more prioritized things that I need to do get done when they need to get done. So my habits really need to be solid. Like, they need to be so on point, because this will eventually determine whether or not I end up becoming the person that I want to become and achieving any of my goals, you know, in the long run. In order for me to stay consistent, I'm using a habit tracker. I initially made one on my computer, but I then decided, you know, that's actually not very sustainable, because every time I open my computer, I do not even remember that I'm opening a habit tracker. I open all these like distractions pop up on my screen and everything else that I need to do, and then I kind of forget that I'm opening my habit tracker to see the habits that I need to be tracking. So I was like, forget the habit tracker. I'm gonna get me one of these little bookies, and it's a notebook which has all these little grids on them, and then I just popped my habits in here, and then I have a number of days, and then my habits, and then I just keep ticking them off every single day, and then I will basically do an assessment to see which habits I have been able to track best and which ones I've been not as consistent with, and then I know how to go forward with approaching that. So that's one great way to track your habits if you're looking for, and I keep it like by the side of my bed. So first thing I do in the morning, look at my habit tracker and be like, okay, this is what I need to focus on today. But I mean, it's the same every single day, but I just remember, I need to remind myself, because these are habits that are new and they're not stuff I already have in my routines. So I need to remember that I need to implement this and this and this and this into my daily routines. So yeah. And then next we have phase 3, which is career and education. Like, I'm trying to build my career while I'm in uni, because employment market is crazy. So the best way I'm doing that is trying to build my portfolio and build my personal brand online. I have 90 days to, it's obviously an ongoing process, but I want to at least have an established online presence within the end of the 90 days, and then also have my portfolio completed. So I will at least try and get internships, or I can use it when I'm applying for jobs, internships, or even just like part-time work or anything like that, but within my industry. And then phase 4 is obviously the physical glow up, and that's basically how we will go about doing all of that. Now that I've created my goals and all that, but now I want to create sort of like a vision board and just put everything to like a visual aspect, because visualization is just as important as having goals in mind and having the thing that you have set in your vicinity, but you have to see it, you have to envision it to keep yourself more motivated and accountable as well. I just want to like sit here on Pinterest and just focus on creating my vision board. Okay, so all I have left to do now is take my before and after pictures of this 90-day challenge, so I can have something to look back on to see how much progress that I have made along the way. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So it's great because the sun is just setting, so I got like good golden hour glow pictures where I just take a full my face, different angles. Then I'm going to hit it on a tripod and try and get an angle of my full body. So we'll be starting with the timer as well. And different angles as well. Gotta see where we're starting to know how far we've come. By the time I ate these 90 days, I'm gonna look back at these photos and be like, yeah, I did that. Anyway, finally just managed to get all of my before pictures, and then I will look back on this and then in the 90 days to see how far I have come with regards to my goals and all that, and then we'll see what happens next. Okay, so a few of the other habits that I want to include is like, you know, the whole like you need to have the five different habits or 5 different skills. I don't remember. Anyway, you have to have one that educates you, or I think it's hobbies. 5 different hobbies. Yes, 5 hobbies. One hobby that educates you, one hobby that makes you money, one hobby that makes you fit, one hobby, wait, let me find it. One that keeps you creative, one that makes you money, one that develops your mindset, one that builds your knowledge, and one that keeps you fit. Okay, so for the one that keeps me fit, I obviously have daily exercise routine, so I got that one down. And also I do my 10k steps every single day. I'm thinking, what hobby can build my knowledge? Okay, I think knowledge is researching a topic. And recently I've been kind of interested in AI, so I do a lot of research on AI anyway, so I'll include AI research in different areas like AI automation, AI for content creation, and just a whole bunch of other stuff that include AI. It's just a very fascinating topic. And next we have one that develops your mindset. Okay, that's journaling, and I like going on solo dates as well because I'm seeing those here, though that's good ones. Journaling, solo dates, and then we have one that keeps you creative. So I think that will be my video editing and my videography that I'm doing with the content, you know, just kill 2 birds, 1 stone. Be creative. One that makes you money, social media. Hopefully I can monetize this and I will start making money, so I'm gonna focus really heavy on getting my social media game in check. And yeah, that's all the 5 habits you need, and that's how I would like to approach. I also want to like learn, in terms of like creativity, I want to improve my makeup skills. I've been wearing my makeup the same way for the past 5 years, so I want to improve on my makeup skills and do my makeup a bit differently. That's one really big goal that I'm trying to achieve in 2026. It's just like my makeup game needs to be on point. Can't be doing 19-year-old makeup when I am almost 26. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Gotta improve somewhere. Anyways, that's basically how I'm gonna go about this entire glow up journey, and we are going to start our mindset and mental health and all that journey within the next coming episodes. So if you're interested in all of that, be sure to come back to episode 2, because we are about to change and transform our mind to become better versions of ourselves. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.